celebrate an extraordinary collaboration between faith and science.
Borobudur Temple is an ancient architectural monument.
Some ancient structures are so advanced, they still leave scientists totally stumped. How did people thousands of years ago build things that even today seem almost impossible?
Almost every single one is made of granite, one of the toughest rocks on the planet.
Let's dive into the most mysterious ancient structures that no one can fully explain. Number 1, Sacsayhuaman. Sacsayhuaman in Peru is more than just an ancient site. It's packed with mysteries that still baffle everyone. Some believe it was actually part of a massive energy grid.
Even wanted to notarize the size of the boulders so that people in the medieval Spain would believe his stories about Sacsayhuaman.
Managing Earth's natural forces. And a strange fact is that the people claim they feel an odd energy when touching the stone, like a low electric buzz. Also, legend has it that there are hidden tunnels beneath Sacsayhuaman.
Like and subscribe right now, and you'll have amazing luck for the rest of the week.
That stretch for miles, possibly connecting to other ancient Inca sites. Some even say Sacsayhuaman was built with sonic levitation, using sound waves to lift those giant stones. Whether it's true or not, this place is loaded with mystery. Number 2, Yonaguni Monument. We would never think a sunken city underwater would be a reality. Yes, that's the Yonaguni Monument in Japan. Some scientists think it's just rocks shaped by nature, but others, they believe it could be the remains of a lost civilization.
Japan's Ryukyu Islands extend almost to Taiwan, and they've long been an attraction to divers. Most come to see hammerhead sharks.
Like an underwater Atlantis. Divers exploring this place talk about huge stone steps, walls, and even what looks like a giant face carved into the rock. But here's where it gets weird. Was it made by humans, or is it a natural wonder that just looks like ruins?
10 meters or so below us, he and Kev are collecting a sample to find out what type of rock it is.
Then there are theories that aliens might have visited Earth and built it as a marker or a landing site. This monument keeps everyone guessing, even scientists. Some think it's a natural formation, but those perfect shapes, hard to explain. Yonaguni is more than a dive spot. It's a mysterious underwater puzzle waiting to be solved. Number 3, Longyou Cave. The Longyou Caves in China are a true mystery. Discovered by villagers in 1992, these huge underground chambers stretch over 30,000 square meters. Some of the rooms are as tall as 5-story buildings. What's strange is that there's no record of anyone building, even though carving these caves by hand would have taken incredible effort, time, and resources.
A mysterious headless statue was discovered here. The material it is made from is completely different from the stone found in the caves.
The walls are covered with perfectly straight parallel lines, which is odd. And here's something even more puzzling. No tools, debris, or signs of construction have ever been found. It's as if whoever made these caves just vanished without a trace. There are all kinds of theories about who built the caves and why. Some people believe the caves were used for storage or protection.
So, how did people in remote history manage to carve out these caverns, leaving tool marks that only find their likeness in modern mining operations?
But there's also a theory that these caves might be linked to something beyond our world, like ancient knowledge or even alien involvement. While there's no proof of aliens, the idea comes up because of the cave's mysterious precision and the lack of any record. Number 4, Derinkuyu Underground City. Derinkuyu in Turkey is a massive underground city that goes down 18 stories, deep enough to hide 20,000 people. This place has rooms, stables, school, even wineries, and all carved out of rock.
When the site was officially abandoned after ethnic Greek populations were deported following the Greco-Turkish War.
But here's where it gets really strange. No one knows exactly who built it or why. Some think it was made as a safe place to hide from invaders, but there's another theory that's even more mysterious. Some believe Derinkuyu was built as a shelter from a natural disaster. The ventilation system was so advanced that people could stay underground for long periods, hidden away. And Derinkuyu connects to other underground cities through miles of tunnel. It's like an ancient hidden world beneath our feet that raises more questions than answers about how people once lived. Number 5, Nan Madol. Out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, near the island of Pohnpei, lies Nan Madol, an ancient city built on top of a coral reef. This place is made up of about 100 small, man-made islands connected by canals, so it looks like it's floating on water. What really shocks scientists is the way it was built, using massive stone blocks, some weighing as much as 50 tons. Nan Madol,
that the entire area around is only filled with coral reefs and forest. There are no such stones here. So where did these stones come from?
Was once the center of the Sodalur dynasty, a place where leaders ruled and performed ritual. But why did they choose this spot, out in the ocean? Local legends even say that magic or unknown powers were used to move the stones. Number 6. Chichen Itza. Chichen Itza is like an ancient playground full of secrets. At the Temple of Kukulkan, something magical happens twice a year. Shadows make it look like a snake is slithering down the pyramid. People think the ancient people were so smart.
Built from tens of thousands of limestone blocks, it towers 100 feet high, as tall as a 10-story building. At its peak, a sacred temple dedicated to the serpent god Kukulkan.
They use the sun to make this happen. But what's more shocking is if you clap near the pyramid, it echoes back like a chirping bird. Some legends even say there's a hidden pool or treasure right under the pyramid. It's like the people built Chichen Itza with tricks and mysteries that we're still trying to figure out today. Number 7. Teotihuacan. Can you imagine Aztecs being shocked? Well, Teotihuacan in Mexico did it. A place filled with massive pyramid, long roads, and strange buildings. Who were the people who built it? We have no idea who they were, but the city was laid out in a way that matched up with the stars, almost like a giant map of the sky on Earth.
And it is still not clear how the Teotihuacanos managed to transport the massive stones used in their construction.
And what's even weirder is that the scientists found a rare mineral called mica on the floors of the pyramid. The closest place to get this mineral is thousands of miles away in Brazil. How did they transport it? Some say the pyramids might have been used for more than just ceremonies, maybe even to harness energy or send signal. And beneath Teotihuacan are hidden tunnels filled with strange artifacts. It's like a giant puzzle that keeps surprising everyone, with each discovery making the mystery even deeper. Number 8. Borobudur Temple. Imagine a massive temple rising out of a jungle, covered in carvings that tell stories from over 1,000 years ago. That's Borobudur Temple in Indonesia. It's basically a mountain of stone built by hand. This isn't just any other building, but it's the world's largest Buddhist temple, made up of over 2 million stone blocks. Each stone was carved and placed with such precision that even today scientists still scratch their head, wondering how ancient people managed it without modern technology. The temple has 9 levels, each one covered in detailed carving.
And the Buddhist concept of attaining nirvana. The monument is a shrine to the Buddha and a place for Buddhist pilgrimage,
representing the journey to spiritual awakening. At the very top, you'll find a massive stupa surrounded by 72 smaller, each hiding a Buddha statue inside. A mystery about this temple is that nobody knows exactly why or how it was built on a remote hill with no nearby source of stone. Some say ancient builders had knowledge of advanced engineering, while others think it was meant as a cosmic map or an ancient teaching. Whatever the reason, Borobudur stands as a reminder of the mysterious skill of ancient civilization, leaving scientists shocked even today. Number 9. Puma Punku. Puma Punku in Bolivia is one of those places that feels like it shouldn't exist, especially given how old it is. Built over 1,500 years ago, it's part of the ancient city of Tiwanaku and is known for its giant stone blocks that seemed almost impossible for people of that time to create. These stones aren't just stacked on top of each other, they're cut with such precision that they fit together like puzzle.
The Puma Punku are the ruins of temples made by the Aymara.
Almost like they were designed with some kind of blueprint in mind. Some of these blocks weigh over 100 tons, and they were transported from miles away. Moving such heavy stones without any advanced machinery would be a serious challenge even today. And the cuts on these stones, perfectly straight lines, grooves, and even holes that look like they were made by a machine. Some theories suggest they might have used tools we don't know about, or techniques we haven't figured out. There's even a belief that they might have had knowledge of advanced engineering that got lost over time. Number 10. Easter Island. Easter Island's Moai statues are more than just big stone heads. They're proof of a civilization that once thrived and then mysteriously collapsed. Beyond the usual mystery of how these massive statues were moved, there's another puzzle. Why were they made in the first place? Each statue represents an ancestor or leader, crafted to protect the island and its people.
He showed by practical experiments that carving them was not as difficult as it might seem. For the rock is volcanic ash, and when it's first exposed,
But as time went on, the Rapa Nui civilization went into decline. The society that once put so much energy into these statues suddenly stopped. What's scary is that scientists have found clues linking this collapse to the environment. Over time, the island's resources were heavily used up, which might have led to conflict in society. The Moai stand almost as if they're watching over the ruins of a lost world, silent witnesses to the rise and fall of their creators. Number 11. Gobekli Tepe. Gobekli Tepe, located in southeastern Turkey, is one of the oldest and most mysterious archaeological sites ever discovered. Built around 11,000 years ago, it predates Stonehenge by thousands of years and flips our understanding of ancient civilization. The site is made up of massive circular stone structures with giant T-shaped pillars, some weighing up to 10 tons, covered in carvings of animals and symbols. This is even more mind-blowing when you consider who built it.
Archaeologists estimate that it would have taken a team of 50 men an entire week to move just one of the monolithic pillars from the limestone quarry.
The people behind Gobekli Tepe were hunter-gatherer, which means they didn't settle down in one place to grow food or raise animals. Instead, they moved around constantly for survival. So, the idea that these people could work together to plan and build something as massive as Gobekli Tepe is pretty shocking. Many believe Gobekli Tepe was an early form of temple or gathering place, possibly the world's first church. But unlike any typical burial ground, there are no clear signs it was used for graves. The real purpose remains unknown, but the circles seem to have a symbolic or ritualistic significance. Some think it was a place to connect with spiritual forces or honor supernatural beings. Number 12, Stonehenge. Stonehenge is located in the rolling plains of Wiltshire, England. It is one of history's most mysterious and haunting monuments. Built around 5,000 years ago, it's a massive stone circle that's more than just an arrangement of rock. It aligns perfectly with the sun during solstices. This alignment alone has left scientists in awe, hinting at some ancient knowledge of astronomy far beyond what we thought was possible for its time. But that's not even the strangest part. Many of these stones...
In the early 1700s, an English scholar makes a groundbreaking observation.
Some weighing up to 25 tons were transported from over 150 miles away without any of the machinery we today. No one knows how they moved them or even why. Some researchers believe it might have been built as a kind of church or a place for ritual, while others think it was a burial ground or grave for important people. But the question is, why would people go to such massive lengths to create it? There are those who believe something otherworldly might be involved, suggesting aliens or lost ancient knowledge helped humans build it. These theories sound wild, but since there's no clear answer. Number 13, Petra. Petra, the lost city of Jordan, is like a hidden world carved into pink cliffs. Some believe Petra's builders knew advanced astronomy and used it to line up temples and tombs with the stars and sun, marking important events. And Petra isn't just what you see above ground. Archaeologists have discovered that 85% of it is still buried underground. Imagine what secrets could still be hidden.
Hydraulics made this place not so much rose red.
There's a famous building called the Treasury, and legends say it holds hidden treasure. People have even found strange symbols carved into Petra's walls, but no one knows what they mean. And the ancient people also created a secret water system with tunnels and reservoirs, letting them survive in the harsh desert. Petra isn't just a city, but a giant puzzle with layers of mystery waiting to be uncovered. Number 14, Georgia Guidestone. The Georgia Guidestones were like a giant stone mystery in the middle of a field in Georgia, USA. Built in 1980 by an unknown person, they had messages carved in 8 languages, including strange rules like keep the world population under 500 million.
And if you look at the language, it's very reminiscent of what I would define as like late 1970s Ted Turner environmentalism.
This got people talking, and some thought it was a secret society's plan. Others even blamed aliens. Then, in 2022, someone actually blew up part of the Guidestone. No one's sure why, but some say it was because people found the messages scary or suspicious. The Guidestones were full of mystery from the start, and now their story is even stranger. Number 15, Ggantija, a place so ancient it's older than the pyramid. This is Ggantija in Malta, a massive stone temple built over 5,600 years ago. Locals here think the giants made it because, well, who else could stack stones that weigh as much as 7 cars? Back then, people didn't have metal tools or even wheels, so how on earth did they pull it off? Unbelievable, right? Inside, it gets even stranger. The temple has circular rooms and huge stone altars stained red like some ancient ritual took place. Scientists think it was a place of worship, but nobody really knows. Some say it was used for mysterious ceremony, maybe even sacrifice, and we still don't have all the answer. Despite all our technology today, we can't figure out how they built it or why it's designed like. Ggantija keeps its secrets close, and it's still one of the world's biggest mysteries. Number 16, Machu Picchu. High in the Andes Mountains, hidden by clouds and cliffs, is the ancient city of Machu Picchu. This Inca site is about 8,000 feet above sea level and was unknown to the outside world for hundreds of years. The city has hundreds of stone buildings and terraces that seem to blend right into the mountain. One of the strangest things about Machu Picchu
Machu Picchu Mountain may have been sacred for thousands of years. long before the Incas arrived.
Is how the stones fit perfectly together. The Incas didn't use any glue or mortar, but the stones are so tightly joined that even a knife can't slide between them. This perfect fit has helped Machu Picchu survive disasters for centuries. Why did the Incas choose to make this city such a hard to reach? What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. Some people think it was a sacred place, a retreat for the king, or maybe even a learning center, but nobody knows for sure. Number 17. Emperor Qin Shi Huang's mausoleum site. Emperor Qin Shi Huang's mausoleum in China is like an ancient hidden world buried underground. Built more than 2,200 years ago for China's first emperor, it's most famous for the Terracotta Army. Thousands of life-size clay soldiers made to protect the emperor in the afterlife. What's amazing is that each soldier is unique, with different facial features and detail, all arranged in military formations as if ready for battle.
But Qin Shi Huang was also obsessed with finding the secret of immortality.
But there's even more mystery here. The main tomb, where the emperor's body is believed to rest, has never been fully explored. Old writings say the tomb has rivers of liquid mercury flowing around a model of Qin Shi Huang's kingdom, with the ceiling decorated to look like stars and planets. Tests have found high mercury level in the soil around the tomb, hinting that these stories could be true. Scientists are cautious about opening the tomb because of the danger mercury poses and the risk of damaging ancient treasures inside. Even today, building something like this would be a huge challenge. The scale, detail, and hidden secrets make Emperor Qin Shi Huang's mausoleum mind-boggling. Number 18. Nazca Lines. In the dry desert plains of Peru, there's a mystery so big it can only be seen from the sky, the Nazca Lines. Spread across 200 square miles, these massive ancient drawings, or geoglyphs, show animals like birds, monkeys, and spiders, along with long, straight lines that stretch for miles. The true reason for these designs is still unknown and leaves scientists confused. One of the biggest questions is how the Nazca managed to create such huge and precise shapes without any way to view them from above. Some experts think the lines were part of religious rituals, maybe to honor gods or communicate with the heavens. Others believe they could have been an ancient calendar, or even a map of underground water sources. Some people go further, suggesting that the lines look like landing strips, possibly created to attract or signal some other being. Number 19. Pyramid of Giza. The Great Pyramid of Giza is a masterpiece that's almost too perfect for its time, built with over 2 million limestone and granite blocks, some as heavy as 80 tons. It's hard to believe it was constructed over 4,300 years ago, without cranes or advanced tech. The pyramid aligns almost perfectly with the 4 cardinal points, which is mind-blowing considering they didn't have compass. If you miss the mark even a bit, the whole structure could end up wonky, yet they nailed it with insane precision. There are all kinds of theories on how it was done. Some think they used massive ramps to move the stone, but how they managed to balance and fit each block so precisely is still a mystery. And inside, it's a maze of shafts and hidden chambers, with some areas pointing to stars like Orion's belt. Recent scans even found a large empty space side, like a giant room no one expected. Every experiment or theory scientists come up with feels like it's missing something. The Great Pyramid isn't just an old structure, it's a reminder that ancient builders knew a lot more than think. Number 20. Antikythera Mechanism. Imagine finding an ancient computer at the bottom of the sea, built over 2,000 years ago. That's the Antikythera Mechanism. Discovered by divers off the coast of Greece, this rusty hunk of gears and wheels might not look like much, but it's one of the biggest mysteries in archaeology. Experts say it was used to track the sun, moon, and planets, and even predict eclipses, all with gears and dials. But how could people back then create something so perfect? Some say it's proof that people back then had secret technology we totally lost. Others think it could even be connected to time travelers. And here's a fun thought. If we hadn't lost that knowledge, maybe we'd have super high-tech gadgets way sooner. Scientists have tried to copy it, but the design is still mind-blowing. The Antikythera Mechanism isn't just a dusty artifact, but it's like an ancient iPad that keeps us guessing about what people were really capable of back then. Number 21. The Sphinx. The Great Sphinx of Giza is full of mysteries people still can't solve. Some say the Sphinx could be over 9,000 years old, way older than the pyramids. The body shows signs of erosion from heavy rain, but the Sahara's been a desert for thousands of years. Did an ancient unknown civilization build it before Egypt even existed? And then there's the Hall of Records theory.
So it's only a head sticking out of the sand for much of its history.
Legend has it that under the Sphinx's paws is a secret chamber filled with ancient knowledge, maybe even the history of lost worlds. Some researchers tried to scan under the Sphinx and found strange voids, but no one knows what's inside. Some also believe that the face doesn't match the body, like it was recarved. Was it a lion or something else? The Sphinx isn't just a statue, but it's a mystery that's still keeping scientists and explorers guessing. Number 22, Chaco Canyon. Chaco Canyon isn't just an ancient city, but it's a puzzle that's left scientists totally shocked. Built over 1,000 years ago, this place in New Mexico is packed with mystery. First, the walls were designed with an incredible echo effect, so even a whisper could be heard far away. Imagine people in huge stone rooms, chanting, sending messages across the canyon without shouting. Well, I'd be shocked too. And here's the real twist. Many rooms and roads lead absolutely nowhere.
Occupied by just those that needed to maintain between ritualistic gatherings.
Just dead ends or walls. Why? Some think they were trying to create a maze or symbols that only make sense from above, but who would be watching from the sky? Then there's the Great North Road, a straight path stretching for miles, cutting across rough landscapes and leading nowhere. Some believe it was a symbolic journey to the afterlife, while others think it was a sign to the gods above. Whatever Chaco Canyon was, it's not just ruins. It's like a giant code we still can't crack. Number 23, Colosseum. Imagine standing in an ancient arena where over 400,000 people and 500,000 animals met a violent end. That's the Colosseum in Rome. But it's not just an old stadium. Some say it's haunted. People who visit at night claim they hear strange noises like swords clashing, ghostly footsteps, and even faint roars echoing through the dark halls. And here's the really weird part. Some believe the Colosseum wasn't just for entertainment. It might have been used for creepy rituals.
The arena had 36 trapdoors, along with underground cells, also known as hypogeum, to hold gladiators and wild animals before the games.
Historians say all that bloodshed might have been to cleanse the city or keep some dark forces happy. Was this a twisted religious ceremony disguised as a game? A giant stone arena full of chanting crowds, and beneath it all, strange secrets were hidden. Even with all our science today, nobody fully understands the Colosseum's mystery. It's a place with secrets that might never be solved. Number 24, Stone Spheres of Costa Rica. Imagine walking through the jungle and spotting giant round stones everywhere. That's the mystery of the stone spheres of Costa Rica. Some people believe these stones might have been placed to point towards certain stars or ancient locations, almost like a hidden map. And there's a local legend that says giants might have made these stones to mark secret treasure. People even tried to blow some of them up, thinking gold was hidden inside, but they found nothing. Some think these stones were made by a lost civilization with special knowledge we don't have anymore. And a few even wonder if aliens left them behind as a kind of message. No one knows for sure. These aren't just rocks. They're a real-life puzzle that's been waiting for answers for hundreds of years, and that's about it. These ancient mysteries keep us guessing, showing just how impressive our ancestors were. Which one was your favorite? Let us know in the comments. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed watching. Until next time, goodbye, and thanks for watching.